collecting VRP from ETFs. There are 3 reasons that this is a good starting point. The first is that ETFs are a common place for hedge funds to come and hedge their books, right? There's good liquidity and you get exposure to different sectors. It's a good place for them to go. It's where we find them. Number 2 is that ETFs actually have an added premium baked in because of correlation risk, right? ETFs hold a bunch of different stocks. When everything's going fine and dandy, they all move, some move up, some move down. But when things go bad, they all move together to the downside. And there's a premium embedded for that. And then number 3 is just that ETFs don't carry the same bankruptcy and upside jump risk that individual stocks do, right? There's just less risk of blowing up with these. And it's a trade we can execute relatively easily, right? There's 3 steps that we can do every time we want to look for new trades. And I swear you could probably run this strategy in less than an hour a week, right? Including the hedging that you'll have to do, which we'll talk about at the end. All right, number 1 would just be scan for ETFs, right? Build the gross. Remember when we talked about this? We're basically going to do this, right? So number 1, scan for ETFs with the highest VRP, right? We have a scan for it. It's already sorted for you. And we're just going to pick 2 to 3 off there that each represent different regions. So maybe you have like a Chinese ETF. Maybe you have, like oil, and maybe you have like IWM or something. Who knows what's at the top of the list that time. Then we're going to review the VRP for each of the selection, which is a dashboard that we're going to use. And there's some criteria here. And then once it meets all of our criteria, right, we've picked them off the list. We've validated the ideas. We're going to sell 30 days to expiration at the money straddles. And then we're going to hedge our deltas. That's it. Rinse and repeat. If we do this effectively, we will be able to harvest the risk premium from ETFs. So now we just break it down a little bit more here. How to scan for ETFs with the highest VRP. You just come into the terminal, select the ETF VRP scanner. Boom, that's it. You have your list. You can click this open analysis button for each of them, and it's going to take you to the next page here. Right, we have the criteria in the document if you want to look at it. It'll take you to this page, right? These should all look familiar to you by now, right? We have our 5 boxes up here, and we have our graph. All we're going to do is look for the ETFs that have the highest average variance risk premium, that we see an increasing moving average, with high win rates, and a reasonable IV percentile, right? 10 to 60 is better. Under 80 is all good. Once we've got that, just a little visualization of how to do it on Thinkorswim. For each of the ETFs we pick, trade the 30 days to expiration or as close to it as we can get. Trade the at the money strike, so I compare the stock price up here to the strike price, and then you're going to sell a straddle. Straightforward. Now, other structures are reasonable, just by the way. So like if you want to do a straddle or a strangle or an iron fly, all's good. Just remember to be delta neutral. And remember, if you're buying wings for protection, it does eat into your edge, so put them pretty far out.